Stellenbosch's Abrahams to deliver. He almost tried to deliver the opening goal. Cleared off the line. That's brilliant play after the ill-advised overhead kick. Jelly breaking through. Getting sandwiched. Dangerous but well executed all across. South Africa have had the possession. It's DR Congo that have looked the more likely to score. Shenny putting pressure on, but 2-2 gets. Congo get a foot on it. Bonjelli. Brilliant first time switch. Matobo waiting for an option. Gives himself a crossing option. Swings it in. Bonjelli was there. Very well done as Yamachita tidy up and now look to break. What a brilliant ball by Rapu, clipped into Asheni. Now here comes the captain, but the back heel blocked. And stepping in, trying to get the motor running. Sabia. Rapu, Asheni. Rapu, it's a good thing the handball was given because might have actually chased after the loose ball. And that's so unfortunate. Ju Kanji smashing it off. Shozaoka's hand. Doesn't look best pleased. So much at stake for these coaches. Could be leading their national under-20 side to Chile in September. The World Cup party gets underway. We'll be following a list of coaches who've had the honour. See this chance creation from Asheni, twisting and turning. South Africa, only once in their 4 World Cup stints, got it out the group stages. That was in the nation of Egypt back in 2009. Otherwise, they've failed to win a match, crash out for the knockout phase. In fact, the year they did get to the knockout phase, Ghana won their first World Cup title. As that free kick is well wasted, edging towards a half-hour mark. Timba, a little nudge there from Matobo, but he did well not just to not be put off, but his pass actually has got South Africa moving from right to left and now down the flank. That is really poor from Abrahams. Coming across David Mukandila. He had the fullback under pressure. Just getting too close and tripping him up. Easy out. Tobo. What about the cross now? Sees it deflected. Just hovering on the edge of the box was Noah Makanza, along with Ntanda. He's got 2 goals at this tournament. Oh, lovely. Played the ball one way, went the other. Again, couldn't find the ball. The host of South African shirts in the way. Tylon Smith. Good ball out to Sabia. He's got space. Time to have a look. Rapu. South Africa failing to qualify for the last 2 editions of the Under-20 AFCON. After finishing 3rd in 2019, it was hosted by Niger. Second place in their debut in '97. 3rd place in their last appearance, and 2 4th place finishes in between. They've never been African champions. Chulo launched forward. Low by Tylon Smith. And it could be a bit of trouble. It's won a good position in the final third. And the strike comes in. But Samuel Ntanda couldn't keep his effort down. Really wanting to see him hit the target. No such luck for Aki Bukasa. And they were hoping to really get the celebrations cooking. Despite his 2 goals thus far, Ntanda, 19-year-old Belgian-born, unable to do as he did in the 1-0 draw with Ghana. First ever Under-20 AFCON victory. Come from behind, 3-1 success against Central African Republic. Flipped into Asheni. Very strong and skillful on the ball. Majita number 9, and also frustrated. Didn't get the ball back from Rapu. Sabia. Who protects it well, Asheni. Challenged well by Aoka. That's loose. Ikwali putting his side under pressure. Tobo drifting to this right side now, just wants to clip through the 2, does so. Ojeli tries to just batter his way through. Strong play from Kekana to help out. Fuele back to Shalanda. Now Kalonji able to have a look. There's a bit of movement from Bukandila. It's too high for the right back. Flashed wide. Not an effort that really gave Fletcher Lowe too much concern. Just the fact that Samuel Ntanda was getting the space and the opportunities. Danda in the bad as such. Chances on goal now. Final warning from the referee. His fans are certainly bouncing, waving their colours, but his header, like his shot before, should have been on target. He's a bit too comfortable. Now he's in real trouble. There's even more trouble though. Shalanda will just be happy there was cover. It's just a yellow card. Ju Kalonji positioning may have just saved him, but let's see. Far will have the opportunity to take a second look. The Union Saint-Gilloise defender caught out by Shaquille April and then chopping him down. That's because despite having Kalonji in front of him, could have been a simple pass to his left. As things stand, Daniel, Shalanda, the yellow card, and one I think you'll feel was worth taking. 2-2 in his defence, showing fragility. And they survive. There's Rapu and Timba nearby. In the conversation. Looks like Rapu will be hitting it. Will he go for a goal? Seems likely Asheni will want to snap up any loose ball. Shaquille April gives a little move, but it's Rapu, but the wall does its job. Timba. Now Kekana. There's a bit of space. Rapu wants to hit. He had the time, but also Asheni is another frustrated South African. Well, he'll want his players to be a bit smarter. Shot was certainly on. See from that angle that Asheni was a good option. Either way, it's a very poor effort. Now Matobo starting to make some trouble on the right flank. Little nibble there from Rapu. He's smart not to make the challenges. Natanda heads it. Comes to left back Lukombe. Asheni. And Abrahams has been, well, there's a yellow card coming out. It's Rapu. Certainly a bit of a battle here. Abrahams, just a nice little rugby tackle. We get a chance with the balk. Done that lovely little layoff, the space. He decided to go for a goal, and Nakanza has that lift off there, the Mechelen midfielder. The books at the Belgian club. Fletcher low. It's it high. Flick around the corner. Abrahams gets there first. Makes some space for the pass. Cute little triangle. Asheni was taken out. South Africa might have wanted to play on. Kalonji could have been another in the book. Oh, a nice challenge. Right in front of the referee. He'll be fortunate not to be cautioned. This is positioning the men. Silanda only got a booking. He's now avoided joining the centre-back partner. Brilliant challenge. And now Matobo into the box, but that is a wonderful recovery run from Lazola Maku. He feels he was fouled, but the referee points to the corner flag. This match on a knife edge feels like just a bit of quality and composure would open the route to the goal. Frederic Efuele, the books at Toulouse in France. It's a low ball in, struck well. Excellent positioning, blocks the way. Fisa Timba to the rescue there, because it was certainly struck with venom. Lays, and it's broken to Ntanda, uses his body well and wants it down the line, but Tobo instead cuts back to Aoka. Big switch on from Fuele. Shaquille April tried to get in there, but it runs instead for Bongelli. It's back on it thanks to the help of Lukombe. This ball from Silanda. Aoka. Tobo has a bit of space, doesn't get the pass right. There's a little gap there. Strong challenge on Kakana, wins it back for DR Congo. Brilliant ball, Mukango. Oh, Mukandila. Just to dig out his cross. As things are going, certainly no suggestion this will be the outlier of the last 8 matches. There's all the hallmarks going all the way to extra time and penalties. Can someone change that? Another attempted overhead kick, not fully formed from Ntanda. As DR Congo really have their tails up in the dying embers of this first half. Bongelli. Oh wow, he's just passed it straight to April. The referee feels that was fair contact. Very unconventional play from Bongelli. Doesn't always seem to have full control of the ball. Didn't lose it. Shilanda into the midfield. Aoka, big, strong, and striding. And then flashing the ball out of play. A little nibble on the thumb. Raymond Daka, as I think, his side started so well, so confidently. Guy at Bukasa's side has finally settled down into the match. The young Leopards have made this a very intriguing final quarter-final. Rapu. Well, dropped for a square ball, Abrams, but played away from him. Riding the challenge. And then playing it out, Bongelli can't reach it. And a bit of loose play when a relatively simple pass executed would create a dangerous opportunity. The space to be able to take a slightly heavy touch.
Additional time, 1 minute.
Surprise of Ole from the stands. Good block from Tylon Smith. Tanda does brilliantly to feed it to Matobo. Overlap from Mukandila. At the back post, Bojani never looked comfortable. And just as the first half looks to come to an end, the young man from Tipe Mazembe couldn't hit the target. And there is the halftime whistle. Huge frustration as the ball found him at the back post. And the 18-year-old just slicing it wide. He's only had 45 minutes to have a go, these two sides. But at the break, it is South Africa 0, DR Congo 0. There's actually only been one match that's had goals in 90 minutes. That was the dramatic 2-all draw chipped that went all the way to penalties. Asheni showing his frustration. He's not the only one. Will Raymond and Daka find the answers needed? Can Guy Bukasa's young side find a way to a first ever under-20 AFCON semi and a first ever World Cup appearance? Nigeria await in the semi-finals with a World Cup ticket on the line tonight. Just the one shot on target. Fletcher Lowe has been smart with his feet when he's needed to be. South Africa with 5 attempts, but not one. Troubling Ryan Tutu, although he's had a couple. Shenny. And Abrams, who's been, well, there's a yellow card coming out. It's Rapu. Certainly in a bit of a battle here. Abrams, just a nice little rugby tackle. We get a chance with the balk. Done that lovely little layoff, the space. He decided to go for a goal, and Nakanza has that lift off there, the Mechelen midfielder of the books at the Belgian club. Fletcher Lowe hits it high. Flick around the corner. Abrams gets there first. Makes some space for the pass. Cute little triangle. Asheni was taken out. South Africa might have wanted to play on. Kalonji could have been another in the book. Oh, a nice challenge. Right in front of the referee. He'll be fortunate not to be cautioned. It's his positioning that meant Silanda only got a booking. He's now avoided joining the centre-back partner. Brilliant challenge. And now Matobo into the box, but that is a wonderful recovery run from Lazola Maku. He feels he was fouled, but the referee points to the corner flag. This match on a knife edge feels like just a bit of quality and composure would open the route to the goal. The book. Excellent positioning, blocks the way. Fisa Timba to the rescue there, because it was certainly struck with venom. Olays, and it's broken to Ntanda, uses his body well and wants it down the line, but Tobo instead cuts back to Aoka. Big switch on from Fuele. Keel April tried to get in there, but it runs instead for Bongelli. It's back on it thanks to the help of Lukombe. This ball from Silanda. Aoka. Tobo has a bit of space, doesn't get the pass right. There's a little gap there. Strong challenge on Kekana, wins it back for DR Congo. Brilliant ball, Mukango. Well, Mukandila just to dig out his cross. As things are going, certainly no suggestion this will be the outlier of the last 8 matches. There's all the hallmarks going all the way to extra time and penalties. Can someone change that? Another attempted overhead kick, not fully formed from Ntanda. As DR Congo really have their tails up in the dying embers of this first half. Bongelli. Oh wow, he's just passed it straight to April. The referee feels that was fair contact. Very unconventional play from Bongelli. Doesn't always seem to have full control of the ball. He didn't lose it. Shilanda into the midfield. Aoka, big, strong and striding. Then flashing the ball out of play. A little nibble on the thumb. Raymond Daka has a think. His side started so well, so confidently. Magui at Bukasa's side has finally settled down into the match. The young Leopards have made this a very intriguing final quarter-final. Rapu. Well, dropped for a square ball, Abrams, but hit away from him. Riding the challenge and then playing it out. Bongelli can't reach it. And a bit of loose play when a relatively simple pass executed would create a dangerous opportunity. Abrams, really the space to be able to take a slightly heavy touch.
Additional time, 1 minute.
Surprise of Ole from the stands. Good block from Tylon Smith. And Tanda does brilliantly to feed it to Matobo. Overlap from Mukandila. At the back post, Bonjelli never looked comfortable. And just as the first half looks to come to an end, the young man from Tipe Mazembe couldn't hit the target. And there is the halftime whistle. Huge frustration as the ball found him at the back post. The 18-year-old just slicing it wide. He's only had 45 minutes. Certainly no suggestion this will be the outlier of the last 8 matches. There's all the hallmarks going all the way to extra time and penalties. Can someone change that? Another attempted overhead kick, not fully formed from Ntanda. As DR Congo really have their tails up. The dying embers of this first half. Bonjelli. Oh wow, he's just passed it straight to April. The referee feels that was fair contact. Very unconventional play from Bonjelli. Doesn't always seem to have full control of the ball. He didn't lose it. Shalanda into the midfield. Aoka, big, strong and striding. Then flashing the ball out of play. A little nibble on the thumb. Raymond Ndaka has, I think, his side started so well, so confidently. That Guy Bukasa's side has finally settled down into the match. The young Leopards have made this a very intriguing final quarter-final. Rapu. Well, dropped for a square ball, Abrams, but played away from him. Riding the challenge and then playing it out. Bonjelli can't reach it. And a bit of loose play when a relatively simple pass executed would create a dangerous opportunity. Abrams, really the space to be able to take a slightly heavy touch.
Commandé, nous sommes le pont entre le Canada et le Congo. Du Canada au Congo, plus de distance pour vos petites commandées, nous avons ou encore meubles, électroménagers, nous assurons les achats et livraisons du Canada au Congo. Nous sommes Index. Visitez notre site web à www.indexco.com. À Montréal, nous sommes situés au 3850 Jean Talon Ouest, bureau 132. À Kinshasa, galerie Albert, bureau 6, boulevard du 30 juin, commune de la Gombe.
welcome back. Very pensive looking Raymond and Daka trying to cool down in the heat battle. There is a place in the final four of the Under-20 Africa Cup of Nations. But will it be South Africa or DR Congo? And yet there's very little evidence to say which way the coin will settle. Will it be heads and the young leopards, or will it be tails and the Amajita into the semi-finals? The final four with Nigeria awaiting in the semi-final. Can Guy Bukasa, his young leopards, take a place in their nation's history at this level? Will the Amajita stride forward? Well, they're almost about to start before the subs came on. And once again, Patrick Otata stepping off the bench and taking on the armband from Neo Rapu. And also, Langeire Pile. He strides on. Positive changes as South Africa get us back underway. Goalless against the DR Congo. 45 minutes plus stoppage time before we know if we'll have an outright winner or if extra time and potentially penalties will be needed. So confirmation, Abrams and Sabia heading off. I don't see Neo Rapu sit back into his left back role.
Number 12, Graham Abrahams out. Number 4, Patrick Otata in.
Be on the flank. Sitting behind Lee Asheni will be Otata. So Mugamat Abrams coming into the starting lineup. The Stellenbosch attacking midfielder unable to make an impression. Sevilla didn't do anything particularly wrong, but really bringing a lot more attacking attempt down the left flank than the pairing of the Sundowns defender and Supersport United's Neo Rapu. Otata floored, but no free kick. Tylon Smith gets his head to it, and now Sola Maku cuts back on his right, tries to find Shaquille April. Asheni puts the pressure on, but it's a better kick out from Ryan Tutu than times we've seen. Wally. Still Bosch's Tylon Smith, all the way back to Fletcher Lowe. Just one shot on target recorded. It's a little misunderstanding between the two Amajita players. Timber down the line, read by Lukombe. Matobo felt the contact as the two sevens clashed. Off the chest of Aoka. That's a Normand's midfielder for the DR Congo. Lead it back, but the ball forward wasn't great. Fletcher Lowe, Cam collected, although it's providing a little bit of stress as the ball dribbled towards his goal line. We'll look over the shoulder and played out by to the left as Kekana kept his run going. He so far has been ignored as Pili got his first touch. and that could run through. Good running by Otata. But Shilanda wasn't caught out in thinking there was no danger. Really stepping on the ball, but foul whistled against David Mukandila.
25. One down.
Couple of tugs. Enough to get the free kick. Only the one defeat for South Africa at this tournament. It was the first against Egypt, despite the fact they had the better chances, hit the woodwork 3 times. They started this match so well. Another sign that they've just dropped a level. DR Congo, certainly after a nervous start, raised theirs. Tylon Smith. It's such an important tournament. The young players who are in and around first teams at their clubs get this experience, particularly if they want to go on to be full internationals. Lovely ball around the corner by Asheni, but then it runs away from him. Just not careful enough with the execution of the passing. Something that's been a problem for both teams, particularly in the final third. The big two go squaring up. Tylon Smith, though, can't nick it off Samuel Ntando, who spread it right. Here's Bonjelli. Just can't hold it in, Makanza. And there's a bit of space for South Africa to work in. Overcooked it, but that doesn't seem to matter. Pili battering his way through, but he can't get the angle right. Finding the gloves of Tutu instead of a tap-in for Lee Asheni. Back to the Melon, born 20-year-old Ryan Tutu. Appearing these few years for Strasbourg's second side. Yet to meet the bench for the side that still battling until the final day of the Ligue 1 season for Champions League football. Certainly will be guaranteed a return to the continent. And Tutu, an example of a lot of these players where to decide if they're going to make a breakthrough at their parent club. Ball driven up high. Ooka, oh, he did well there. Jules Ooka. It was always going to be tough to not only direct on target, but then beat Fletcher Lowe as well. Got forward well, the midfielder. Showing his strength. The free kick. Sheni's heavy touch. Kombe. Back to Fuele. That's a great ball, but didn't seem to make up his mind. Ibrahim Matobo. Ziegler, winger, gives a thumbs up. Well, I think he may have been flagged offside. Comfortable there for the linesman. Hopefully, no tweaks. Let's give it away cheaply. Kind of fortunate that it ran back for him, and now all switched early to Pili. Spins to face up, and now drives across, but wins a corner. Certainly been bright since coming on at half-time. Obvious attacking threat. Neo Rapu, who prepares to try and find an answer. Puts in low, but it's easily cleared. Good touch from Bongelli to control the clearance from Tishalanda. Rapu to be losing, fighting a losing battle, but did well to make sure he shifted it back before Bongelli stole it away. Scrappy start of this second half. Can one of these sides find a breakthrough, or are we going to go the distance? Still an awful long way to go. Some matches, as time passes, ends up feeling inevitable. South Africa look to try and change that narrative. Asheni drives it across, comes back to the number 9. Really wants to be the one at the end of crosses. Shaquille April skips away, then sees he's not going to get the cross in, so wins a corner kick. Buying it off to Merci Lecombe, and after skipping away from Frédéric Efuele, April launches into the area. Rapu was after him, he is again. And Congolese just waiting for it to run through to Ryan Tutu. Much better, confident passing. Can either of these sides find that accuracy? The final ball. Lovely ball to cut out the midfield, but always tough for Otobo. It's an aerial battle. It's a winger. Having had the ball rolled off it. David Ukadila is just having to make the foul. Lost it out to Piri. Timber. April caught in possession. And there's space because Timber pushed forward. And it's come all the way across. What a block, but was it with the head or the hand? Seemed unlikely to be a hand. The claims were very muted. A great play by Samuel Ntanda. Final shot came. South Africa survive. Now look to profit at the other end, but DR Congo win it back. It's an opportunity. What a clearance. The block saving the day. But now Bongelli takes it for a run. That's so little support. Let's see that back. And Ndaka certainly looking a little bit stressed. Chalo keeping his cool. Zola Maku. Asheni with the layoff. Gombe. No foul. South Africa can't take advantage. There's the Vita Club defender. A bit of space there. Tanda's come an awful long way back. Monji shifts it to Aoka. That's a lovely angle ball. Ibrahim Matobo decides to cut into his right foot. Gets the ball back, a bit of fortune. Another blocked effort, but now flag belatedly raised. April with that touch put himself in a real bind. Tanda with great strength and vision. And the shot, bringing out a brilliant block. Jules Ahoka. Neo Rapu putting his body on the line. Well, they're certainly looking to inspire. Daka looking for some inspiration himself. Lovely little turn. Jules Aoka. It's a scooped ball, and it falls to Intanda. Maybe he could have got shot already away when he finally does. It's straight at low. Fiso Timba remains down. Certainly uncomfortable moments for the Amajita. Looped ball by Rukombe. Tyler Smith didn't deal with it. On the spin, Tanda drifted well to just control it. Show a bit of composure. Smith went down dramatically. But it's Timber feeling the effects. This was nearly peeling away, firing it across, but right place, Ju Kalonji. Neither of these sides have ever been the under-20 Africa Cup of Nations champion. Could this yet be their year? Going through, need just 2 wins away from the title. That's why it's only ever going to be high amounts of tension, tightness, and stress. DR Congo 2 times Africa Cup of Nations senior champions in 68 and 74. South Africa with just that 1 crown in 1996. These sides will want to be the generations, not only bring back an under-20 crown in the future, puts one of these nations back atop in the continent. It was fascinating to see these stars tomorrow, some of even today. Lovely skill by Shaquille April. There was too many little nibbles. Let's see Noah Makanza into the boot. He might have got away with it. And he let him go after this initial tug. But once he then had a step on the back of the winger's heel, The yellow card was inevitable. Past the hour mark. Are we going to have another hour of football? 30 minutes till the end. We may have an extra 30 if we can't find a winner, but now Bonjelli does brilliantly. Leaves it to Oka. Thought about the cross. He's maybe held on too long. By the time he switches the play, Amajita able to get back in position. A real waste of a very profitable looking position. Asheni, did he come from an offside position? Doesn't seem like it, but his ball to release Billy didn't reach intended target. That's a lovely touch off the chest from Otata. It's a nice interchanging. Asheni, the layoff, spotted away. Billy beaten to it by Lonji, who wasn't taking any risks. Ball swung in high. Doesn't reach Otata. And now DR Congo on the break. Oh, but he overruns it and runs straight into Zolamaku. What a chance for Toulouse's Frederic Efuele. It's a missed opportunity on the break. Neorapu. It's a really clever ball down the line. Well, that's broke you kindly, but stepping across. Shalanda. So it changes. Bonjelli. It's off. He replaced. Messi. Ubundu. Manitu heading off. Also heading on. Tony Dalasi. Placed at the start of the by Matobo, but the impressive heel stay on. Instead it's Noah Makanza heading off. So Manitu, Ubundu. It's on, and just 4 goals scored in the tournament. 2-goal, Makanza is off. Only got their captain left. 4-1 for Kalanji. Well, they want a card. It's not their job to decide. People, I think, saved from it. The fact he pulled his boot away, he didn't complete the action in the way that the Bonjelli did in the first half with his overhead kick. His goal is here. The quarter-final ties. But here goes Shaquille April early into Asheni. Back to the number 7. It's clipped to the back post. But Tutu read the flight of the ball well. Gets it going early. Tanda could be in because the line's not that great. Timba instead has to motor across because it's found by Matobo. Great ball whipped in. vital defensive covering to deny Tony Talassi. Short corner, swung in. Brilliant defensive header, but on the edge of the area. Trying to smash it through the crowd, but Slanda sees it just dribble out for a throw-in. Bit of energy brought by the substitutes. And they bring about the end of the deadlock. To Rapu down the line. Really giving no space to work in. South Africa having to defend, but now they could be on the break. Will the coaches be brave and push for their players to go out and try and win the match? Will they be defensive, cautious? Hope something happens, but if not, be prepared to go all the way to spot kicks. So well done from Billy as he finds Otata. Asheni in the middle. He went himself, and the now armband wearing midfielder fires wastefully over. Patrick Otata, another of the Cape Town City boys, along with Asheni and Shaquille April. Just under 20 minutes left of regulation time. And now DR Congo. Can they create a chance in Tanda? It's better of just smashing it, lays it off. Trying to play a 1-2 with his captain. Manitu Mubundi couldn't get it across. Now it's gone to the other flank. Natobo just waiting on it. And April stuck out a toe. Dukombe. Goes back to Juro Zaoka. Otata catching the midfielder. Trying to play his pass, and it is a booking for the Amajita captain. Taking the armband from Neo Rapu at half-time, much like the left back. It's now in the referee's book. Confirmation, Otata in the book. Second yellow card for the Amajita. 4 handed out to the young Leopards. Boncelli and Makanta have already gone off as it's fired through the crowd, but Mabundu can certainly do better. Trying to keep the party atmosphere here in the Suez Canal Stadium. And Asheni wants to silence them, but can't. Flick it over. Opposing to Shilanda, but now Shaquille April off Asheni, and then it's played off the number 9. Brilliant recovery from Dieu Merci Lukombe. Guy Bukasa made initial changes as the clock ticks on. It only becomes far more stressful. Plenty of strain. And one of these sides find the relief and the ecstasy of a vital goal. Little back heel. Rapu, Rasheni, DR Congo wanted a flag. There isn't one. The number 9's doing it all on his own, but final effort was just the body in the way to block. Tanda waits on it, does well to protect. Feeds it back. Launchlon Okazate wins the header. Rapu comfortably first to it. What a touch by Shaquille April. Then fell by Lukombe. Certainly taking a lot of punishment. Cape Town City boy keeps coming back for more. Kekana. Naku. Timba seems to be okay after a little bit of treatment, having gone down. Billy wants support from Rapu, finally gets it. Does he have a delivery? He does, and it's cleared away by Efuele. This time, April unable to get it down. Was there a handball? Yes, there was. A little bit of footwork from Matogo, not interesting in the Amajita. Getting on with things quickly. The shove there and then the hand unintentionally, but taken away from the winger. He's not amused too much with the decision. His side have to defend. April. I think he's convinced by the placing, but you know, Rapu, plenty of space to get this up and down for the head, particularly of Tylon Smith. Just wants a wicked delivery to try and have the defence guessing that Leah Shenny, his shift is over. And on comes Tabang Malangu, well named because he has come on, banged in a couple of goals off the substitutes bench. 19-year-old super sport striker heads on double against Sierra Leone to put some real shine on that 4-1 victory. Can he make an immediate impact? Rapu. Big header out. That's a great ball from Manitu Mubundu, and South Africa win it back. Timba. That's a smart ball that opens up some opportunities. Billy just runs into trouble and then just manages to keep it in. The best of balls, but able to keep control. That's a lovely ball forward, but Tata couldn't produce the nutmeg. Lovely touch from Tanda in field, but a little rush from Anita Rabundu. Rapu wants to protect the ball, does so from Talasi. Didn't really have much in the way of options, easily blocked. Spread by Kalonji. Space. It is their quality. Well, Kalonji's come up from the back. Tyler Smith steps across. Time ticking away. Will we need an extra 30 minutes? Corner kick. And here Congo deliver what could be brutal blow to South Africa's hopes. They take it short. Matobo clips it in, headed down by the captain. It's now a real scramble. Daniel Tisolanda just couldn't get his shot away. They were caught out by the short corner. You can hear the cries for Gil April to be more lively to the danger. Manutu again. Better defended as Machita told to get up the park. Kalonji deflected, bobbling, and Tanda might have been able to try and find Talasi first time. Now here's Matobo into his captain on the spin. Well, he goes down more hopeful than expecting. But here comes a strike that's deflected away. Solanda with a couple of opportunities in a minute. You can see his frustration. He felt that might have been goal bound. Whether it would have caught Fletcher Lowe out, we'll never know. Succession of corners for the young Leopards. This time there's a clean effort by Jules Aoka. Can only find the gloves of Fletcher Lowe. Launches out to Timba. Finds Otata. Great chance from Aoka. Matobo. Tanda leaves it a little short for Manutu. Lovely turn from Tony Talasi. Even better defending from Rapu, but then it's so cheaply given away. 25 fouls between the two. Highly competitive rather than a dirty match. And here is effervescent Matobo. Comes it into Ntanda. Tyler Smith waits on it, then he's made an absolute hash of it. But the cut back, fortunately for the Stellenbosch defender, falls to Kekana. All outs, space and time. Extra time looming in the not too distant future. As someone can find a late winner for a place, not just in the semi-finals of Egypt 2025, but a ticket to Chile for the World Cup in September. That's one in a really good position by Otata. Wants to get the cut on. Shaquille April, they're lining up. They seem to be getting each other's way, the Amajita. And Pili in the end with the final effort. Otata winning it from Ifuele. April in between the two, then he cuts in. Great position by Kolonji. Big opportunity squandered by South Africa. Down on the deck. Dieu merci le combi, but if this goes into extra time and penalties, you see more of that. But this was the short corner, clipped in, and Tanda down. A touch from Tishalanda just allowed the defender to recalibrate, because look at the space he had. I think Kwali did brilliantly. He finally got away, but they were caught in a 2-on-1. Young Leopards, golden opportunity that just went awry. Now a corner at the other end, and it would have been a free header for Nkwali. But now a break on, 3-on-3. They decided to run down a cul-de-sac. Will be a booking for Kekana. He's not going to be bothered. He gets a high five from the returning Tyler Smith. Poor decision making though. There was space on the right. Even if he hadn't been fouled, would he have got there first? So Gomolemo Kekana, Sundown's own midfielder, into the book is Raymond Daka. His opposite number, Guy Bukasa. Gonna have to start pondering what they do. Bukasa is for news. Samuel Tanda heading off is Isaac Lufu Iku. Also hoping to be lucky number 13. Meshak Manga Masengo replacing Lukombe. Replace Londra Soko at left back.
تمثيل منتخب الكونغو الديمقراطية بخروج اللاعب رقم 12 ونزول اللاعب رقم 13. Substitution for DR Congo. Game number 12, Dieu Merci out. Game number 13.
So those players coming on, I think with as much thinking of extra time. Just hoping to create a big moment, but one came for Pili in South Africa. They couldn't take it. A couple of half opportunities for defender Tishalanda. In a hugely even match, a little cheer there, slip from Shaquille April, but Ifuele, the looping ball, unable to be attacked. Lovely spin though. The winger down. The defensive man really punished Yamajita. Tyler Smith thought about going back to low. Instead, that's a poor ball. It's headed back towards Yamajita goal. Smith does better on that occasion. Shaquille April with the nutmeg, but didn't come off. Those two work so well together, Matobo and Itu. So just under 2 minutes of the 90 remaining. DR Congo looking for something spectacular, but Fletcher Lowe. So he skipped on his line, knowing it was heading over. Talasi looking for the speculative. Out and away. Furious reaction, although it's from Lazola Maku for his teammates rather than anyone else. Talasi just had the upper hand. Raw emotion. There'll be plenty playing out as we head for an extra half an hour, unless there is a big twist. Striding forward, Kalungi gave the impression he was going to try a Vincent Kompany. That one, like most of the efforts, failing to hit the target. That will be the biggest frustration for the coaching staff. So 3 minutes at the end of the 90, heading to extra time. South Africa, the throw in. For a bit of movement. Malangu. There's a flag up in the end against Tabang. Malangu. Fuele has been allowed to keep running. It's a little bit more pace if he was going to play it in behind for the run of Matobo. Kill April. Are these sides going to settle for an extra 30 minutes? Some going to push the boat out, try to sail into the semi-finals. I mean, almost literally walking a tightrope there. Shaquille April. His name really does make you think of O'Neill's. Shaquille O'Neal. April O'Neil. The Turtles fan. No one's hiding in their shell here. Players putting themselves on the line. There just has been that lack of final quality. Malangu at the near post, but wasn't picked out by the long throw, and so Tylon Smith will be given the opportunity as Safiso Timba slots into his position, long from the big defender. 2-2 comes a long way, doesn't get near it, but it didn't need to. Kwali. Timba, it's a smart ball. Malangu steps over it. He could let this run for the corner. Does so successfully. You just see him react to the fact that Shalanda got a touch on it. Strength to let it run out. Delivery time. Rapu, can he deliver a semi-final place? Well, Tutu under pressure with a fantastic punch out. He was brave. He gets a free kick. And he doesn't want to be heading back to Alsace too early. Brave. Cleared his lines. As the full-time whistle sounds, Kekana tries to rally the troops. Raymond and Daka, Guy Bacassa's young men, going to have to go for another 30 minutes. It is at the Suez Canal Stadium. After 90 minutes, it's ended. South Africa 0, DR Congo 0. Extra time looms in Ismailia. So only one of the 4 quarterfinals saw a goal in 90 minutes. Let's listen in. Raymond Ndaka in South Africa. I didn't get much there, unfortunately. Fly on the wall being waved away. Well, now it's a case of just tending to the sore bodies. There's some really knackered-looking youngsters out there, panting for breath.
Nous sommes le pont entre le Canada et le Congo. Du Canada au Congo, plus de distance pour vos petites et grandes commandes. Commandez, nous achetons, encore, achetez et confiez-nous la livraison. Véhicule neuf ou usagé.
So South Africa and DR Congo. No, it's not just about the tournament here at Egypt 2025. The World Cup in Chile is on offer for whoever wins this particularly tough arm wrestle. almost ready to get back underway for the first 15 minutes. Lufuiku prepares to get us underway once Efuele is back in position. Here we go. South Africa and DR Congo couldn't find a winner in the opening 90. We've now got an extra 30 minutes. If not, it will be going to dreaded penalties. Rapu. Can they find that extra reserve of energy? Tyler Smith under pressure from the press from Matobo. South Africa initially playing their way out. Well, that's really well done from Shimanga. Then it's given away cheaply. Haley peeling off on the left flank. Wants it from Rapu. Instead, nice little triangle gets the winger in possession. Kekana tried to feed it forward. Now having to trot back. All in behind. But Dylan Smith with the pace, the long legs to also not take any chances. Here Congo start again. Long Ranger, that is certainly speculative. Decision making, maybe just trying to keep them G'd up. Focus so important. Tata with the flick on, but it didn't reach Malangu. Nice little touch in field, but even better skills and delivery from Nanitu Mabundu. Didn't reach anyone, but that one also didn't reach the goal of Fletcher Lowe. Hit with venom, Tishmanga. A little in the way of threatening. Shalanda. Little exchange. Kolonji has to bring in field, and that's just launched high in the sky. Africa try and bring a bit of control. Abu Mutata. That's great from Fuele. Runs for Lufuiku. Placed his captain Samuel Ntanda for extra time. His cross cut out at the near post. South Africa the chance to up the pitch. Fletcher Lowe, that is very loose. Oka stands on it. And then beaten out. Malangu makes the run across. It's a great touch. And taken out. Well, Malangu is asking. Kalonji didn't win the ball. He was turning in towards goal, a little wide, but still a huge surprise of the defender of Celeste FC. Wasn't to go in the book. You don't want to see players asking for it. The referee's decision. Maybe a little let off there. Unlike defensive partner, Tishlanda, not on a booking, so being of even more consequence in the moment. Rapu, I think maybe wanted him to pull near a post. Tyler Smith, certainly one of the best targets at the back as it swung towards him. Doesn't reach Otata, but now turn, fire towards goal. A header from Mukandila, who's now wearing the armband. Just asking for Tutu to command the area maybe a bit more. So set piece now, a corner kick. Rapu looking to deliver a big moment to the back post. Otata! Well, if Tutu is getting a critical word from Mukandila, he'll be getting huge props for a fine save. I haven't seen too many of them in the match, but Otata got that little bit of space, heading towards the top corner. Strasbourg keeper who is smartly to it. Rapu again from this near side. Outswinger. This time, DR Congo make first contact. Danger not over though. Rapu gets support from Philly. Oh, well, he's punched off his own player. How lucky. As Tutu off Kalonji finds Tishmanga. No, evidently didn't see what was coming. This was the previous one for Otata. Save you'd expect him to make, but he was alert to the danger. This is the first meeting between these nations, Africa Cup of Nations. It's certainly been a wonderful contest, if lacking in final third quality. Tata did well to direct that on goal. But Tutu well positioned to palm away. Tylon Smith. Malangu taken out. You can see South Africa a little frustrated, felt they might have had a chance to get him behind, but instead Malangu bruised, but they want him in the air as Rapu gets another opportunity to put pressure on the young Leopards defence. Tata, the header saved moments before. That one into the near post, bobbling around. Malangu tried to spin on it, but Shalanda was alert. Striker working back well. Will be DR Congo throw. Malango, one of the Super Sport United players, scored 2 goals in just 53 minutes of action. Can he be the hero tonight? Chalo has had precious little to do. Ryan Tutu as well. That vital intervention to deny Otata. Candela looked like a player who was about to bounce the ball, which could have bounced him into the book. Just well advised not to have. Referee over quickly. Just a stern word. So goalless at the Suez Canal Stadium, as it was between Nigeria and Senegal. Penalties were needed. Doesn't look like being any different here. We got 20 minutes left, 5 of this first 15 minutes. Oh, chance to turn for Lufuiku. Thinks about the shot. We've seen a lot of that. A little bit of desperation to just hope that a long ranger will fly in. They're always spectacular, but percentage-wise, they're not a great home banker. South Africa trying to play their way out. They do have a throw, but remain in their half. Not in a major rush. The maths of risk and reward certainly becomes more challenging to produce, but Kekana found well. It's a really smart ball by Timba. Sometimes it doesn't have to be the most complicated to be the most effective. Billy, Rapu onto it, tries to get across. It's a really strong, smart challenge and a better ball out. Manitu, Mbundu sees Talasi on the ball, who switches the play. Matobo flips it in, but he can't find Talasi or Lufuiku, the closer of the pair. Fuele doing well. Start the match. A bit nervous on the ball, but really grown into it, as are DR Congo. Clipped in. First contact and then very smart header back, and Chalo just getting there to avoid a concession of a corner. So just 1 minute of this first 15. See if there's any particular amount of additional time. Kwali, good touch and then ball out. Felt like they could have played on, and that's why Lazola Naku was quick on it. It's a long ball when there's still other options to work through. Both teams trying to force the issue. Fatigue, particularly mentally as physically. Of course, playing its part as does experience and know-how. Alan Smith. Lovely little flick on. Oh, that's a great bit of play to block and then charge to the byline. Was he tracked down? Well, the DR Congo fans certainly think so. At the moment it's a corner, but they want more. So does the bench. Well, they think getting far might get involved. Let's see. Tyler Smith and across. It's the very slightest tug of the jersey. The Toba then going down. First look. I don't think VAR are going to get the referee's ear for that. Tyler Smith getting that touch though. That's why the referee pointed for the corner. Well, I would say those glasses aren't tinted slightly towards the young Leopards. A little bit of hands and some complaints to officials. That's what the stress and strain of this competition and how much it means, how much work has gone in the background, in the lead up. And once they arrived here in Egypt, I'd be surprised if South Africa hadn't reacted the same way. Wonder, is the referee looking to talk to the captains? Tobo still down, getting a little bit of magic spray. Tyler Smith certainly doesn't look like a player under the eye. Get up. Kaiser Chiefs fullback certainly wasn't convinced. Cam just about restored. Well, he's saying, how couldn't you see it? It's not so much they didn't see it, but it's to do with whether there was enough contact to bring about a penalty, which is high threshold it should be. They are still complaining. Even in Daka, just can't believe it's the referee now. Says the corner kick to take. Late to the party, Kalonji, but drifting towards him. It's the two centre backs who've been so dangerous for DR Congo. Oh wow! I think some people thought they'd scored. Daniel Tislanda getting closer and closer. That was an absolute rocket. But now South Africa, the other end are in. Malanger! And South Africa may be on their way to the semi-finals. Incredible drama at the Suez Canal Stadium. DR Congo wanted a penalty at one end. They then saw a Tislanda effort, the wrong side of the post. And then a minute later, the Amajita have struck. Well, that is a TFCon drama that we've been seeing throughout the day. Fletcher Lowe, now was the ball moving as he thumped it forward? I don't know if that's under review, but there's nothing but brilliance in the end. Wing wizardry from Shaquille April. got the break of the ball, but got his head up. And Malangu again. It's to bang as the Amajita look to book their place at the Under-20 FIFA World Cup in Chile. His third goal of the tournament. It could be a priceless one. Well, I heard that. The word goal was said. We don't know who said it, but it has been given. And now, tempers flaring, and it's all getting a bit messy. Safiso Timba looks like the player with his hands up saying it wasn't me, but the linesman, other CAF officials are having to come on. It's impossible to see what on earth kicked that off. Well, of course, we understand the emotional toll when it comes down to such small margins. Look at send down on the deck. Slazola Maku will play. It clearly restarted while we were still enjoying the drama of the replays. So Maku getting treatment, but who knows what else is going on. Well, this is the moment he snuck away from Kalonji, but what a ball in. But look at the composure from Malangu. And the super sport striker with a super finish. Rapu and the Amajita roaring. But there's still time for the DR Congo to hit back. They are feeling aggrieved. They felt there should have been a penalty. They then saw Daniel Tishalanda fire just past the post. And then almost immediately, the long ball from Fletcher Lowe. And we are at the break. In extra time, a breathtaking finish to that first 15. What on earth have we got in store in the second? Plenty to ponder for Guy Bukasa. Now, will there be any disciplinary action? There was a lot going on. Thankfully, we have the officials team to deal with it, and VAR, of course, can be of assistance. Well, bang, Malangu looks like being the hero. He put extra gloss on the Sierra Leone victory, but this time, as he has Fletcher Lowe hanging from his bar. DR Congo having to control their emotions, and there are plenty. It's Tabang Malangu, who looks to have taken a huge step in pushing the Amajita towards the semi-finals and a place at the FIFA Under-20 World Cup. But they've got to survive this final 15 minutes. Second half of extra time. South Africa lead by a slender 1-goal advantage. Long ball from Tishalanda, who was not far away from being on the score sheet himself. The quick thinking of Fletcher Lowe, the work of Shaquille April, and then the touch and finish from Malangu as DR Congo chasing the match. Well, you saw their confirmation on your screen. David Mukandila picked up a yellow card. Of course, we didn't see it. Only guess is that since Lazola Maku was down on the ground, might have been for a challenge on him, but either way, cautioned, and on we go. Malangu, club side Supersport United. 8 sub-appearances, the 19-year-olds in the past 2 campaigns. He's got a great goal-scoring ratio at this competition. Of course, the group stage, only Sierra Leone's Mamo Ibrahim Kamara scored more with his 4 goals. So at the moment, it's Mangu's goal that splits sides. But we are not over yet. Tishalanda, switch of play. It's initially well left by Lufuiku, but then it was taken back as there was an injury. Shaquille April needing some treatment, and it looks like his boot's coming off. He may also be coming off. So will that be the end of his night? He's already made a huge contribution with the assist for Malanga. Tyler Smith away. It was his little nibble at the shirt of Matobo that brought fierce accusations. The young leopard should have had a penalty, rightly ignored. And then from the corner kick, Daniel Tishalanda smashing just wide, so much so that some thought it was in. It was that close. But then Fletcher Lowe, the quick thinking, the quality of the ball, that little bit of luck that got April away from Kalanji. And then Malangu did the rest. So off goes Jules Aoka, needs, must. And on heads Grady Kantunkulu, the Ange Vert midfielder. Not long to make an impression. The only impression DR Congo need to make is one on the score sheet. Five minutes already come and gone. Just 10 remaining plus any additional time. Tony Talasi, it's a great ball in behind. The flag stays down. Oh, and it's just wide. It was a tough angle, but Lufuiku could he have stepped forward and had a tap in. as it is Ibrahim Matobo with a great run here. Would he have been offside? Maybe. Safiso Timba was playing him on in the right back role. He had Tylon Smith on a plate, but then he fired wide. And now on comes Kuzilwano Letalaku, who scored the opening goal against Zambia that turned into a 1-1 draw. That was fine. That saw them through top of Group A. This time, the same result would see this go to penalties, as it is South Africa preparing to advance, and a second goal would surely finish things. Malungu linking with Billy. They link again. Tries to fire in, but strong block. Lufuiku loses it under his feet, and it's going to be a throw in April. Might be over, but in May it's Shaquille who's created for Malungu. Driving into space. DR Congo have to be brave as they now run into the referee. Pushing bodies forward in the desperate search for an equaliser that would force penalties. The substitute, Katungulu, gets it caught under his feet. Tata thought he was fouled. Play rages on. I think we're going to see more of Tishalanda in an attacking position. Oh, ran into trap. Says the ball was played. DR Congo have 4 white shirts on the edge of the area. They want a delivery, but instead, South Africa find a get out of jail free card. Ukandila losing it out and then flooring Billy. Just killing some precious seconds. Headed away by Dieu Konji. South Africa will be happy enough just to have ball and breaks in play. Bit of a dangerous switch, but it's worked out okay. Timba. Ball in field to Maku, looks to have recovered from his knock at the end of extra time half. Lovely bit of movement from Otata. Flag stays down. Deflected into the hands of Tutu, and now a belated flag. Running out of time, Ki Bukasa to remain in the competition. DR Congo came into this dreaming of a first qualification for the Under-20 World Cup. That hope is hanging by a thread, as is their Under-20 AFCON journey. Kakana, lovely. But then undercooks the pass to Letalaku. Stepping forward, Lu Fuiku. Oh, that was not the option to take. He wants a corner. Even his own claims lack any real veracity. But this big chance. Tylon Smith in the end will be pretty happy that he pushed him wide enough, but he couldn't find the far corner. No one there to just grab a tap in. Billy battling hard, and he'll win a throw of Mukandila. He felt he was fouled. Referee disagrees. Ball clipped in. Malangu got on his heels. But now, a little touch there. Bobbling around. 4 minutes remain. Katungulu did well to at least keep the side in possession. They just want the ball up the other end. Need something to happen against Raymond Ndaka's side. Shalanda. Matobo. He has Talasi with him. Steps on it, then whips in a ball, but blind one because there was no one in the middle. They've lost Samuel Ntanda and they've lost a real figure to hit in the center forward position. Timba, smart not to head back towards his own goal. Smart play and then distance. Malangu. Here comes the near last chance saloon. Manitu picks out the cross, but Smith with a good clearance. Fuele. Oh, wow. Outstretched arms of Daniel Tislanda. Not for an embrace. So a late change. Is there time for Kevin Makoko Mishweka to make an impact? And Lufu Iku, who came on to replace Samuel Ntanda with that painful experience of being brought on and then subbed off. Well, that is great strength and strides made, but he's asked a lot of Tony Talasi. Now, Makoko asked the question why he didn't get a free kick. We're being tugged back, but it's because they played on. Malangu, not very subtle. Makoko did so well. Once this happened, foul on Rapu. They're celebrating because they are now 30 seconds plus any additional time away from the World Cup and a last four spot at Egypt 2025. So close to joining Nigeria, Morocco and Egypt, and particularly the Flying Eagles, who at the moment South Africa will play unless there's a late tale to tell. But the DR Congo know they have just 55 seconds remaining. It's now or nearly never. South Africa with everyone behind the ball.
Additional time, 1 minute.
Makoko. He's playing, you wonder it took so long to get him on the pitch. Lifted in, Talasi, but he flicks it, and that's going for a goal kick. And the realization that the dream is over will be sinking in and sinking hard. This was the moment. Not strong enough from Kalonji. Brilliant from April. And Malango with the touch and finish. And it does look finished. Well, they are ready to party. Yes, it is. And the breaking news is South Africa are into the last four of the CAF Under 20 Africa Cup of Nations. They are also booking their tickets to Chile. Raymond and Daka and his Amajita boys have achieved their first objective. And it's back to the World Cup stage. They haven't graced since devastation for the DR Congo. They earned their first ever under 20 AFCON win at this tournament that helped them advance to the knockout stage for the very first time. But it's ended in heartbreak as they've lost out in the tightest manner.
Morocco, Nigeria, Morocco.
That is something. Well,
South Africa.
there were some unseemly scenes at the end
the
of the
First Nations
first half of extra time. And when South Africa should be celebrating, there's more of what we don't want to see.
They have concluded their
Others taking personal moment to let the disappointment and
goal to
desolation
zero.
settle
This is
in.
the same scenario. What happens
Part of a career as a
to Sierra
footballer,
Leone?
but the
This is
highs
the same scenario. What happens to Sierra Leone as they were unable to get the deal done within the line? They scored their own goal. But this is still good because it's not. It is not DR Congo who have scored their own goal. It's instead South Africa who have owned up for themselves to score their own goal, and that was a congratulation for them. So, guys, we have gotten the full squad so far as qualification for the World Cup is concerned. World Cup 2025, which comes in October, will come in September. In Chile, we'll be finalizing, and we see African participants in the like of Morocco, Egypt, Nigeria, and South Africa. The rest have been eliminated because we have 4 participants from Africa, and that is going to give us all the preambles in the game's timeline as we have seen it. It was a beautiful game, and we must recognize that the better won. So if you were not good, you have nothing but to go home in that devastating manner. Right now, we have finalized everything that we were supposed to finalize, and officially we're going to be bringing in the semi-final match preview and prediction. From there, we continue moving and we continue seeing what to do based on anything that will come up, as we are going to see semi-finals between Morocco and Egypt, Nigeria and South Africa. And we are really tempted to see that South Africa here, as Nigeria is concerned, we can say we are already seeing Nigeria in the final, and we are already seeing Morocco in the final. But it's not ideal. That is just a prediction. L'arbitre corrompu. Il y avait un penalty. So FIFA World Cup under 20, we go. These Congo players are okay. We wish them congratulations, as we could see the only goal coming to differentiate, demarcate, and to keep clear the standard challenge in our own hands to make it look more viable. Most importantly, when we get to the finalization timeline within the time frame, as we still work things up. So that is the way forward. We keep going, we keep moving until we get to the benevolent challenge where we must finalize the course around the same timeline, around the same manifestation, for us to be able to get the undisputed result, which we just got there. Congratulations again to South Africa for having given us that maximum challenge. From there, we can continue moving, see what will be happening next in other fixture to really acclimatize and build casters and pyramid around the line as we see the sons of pharaohs being opportune to bypass and get the victory. Host nation have defended themselves, they have shown their skills, they have proven that they are truly the host nation, and we applaud them for that. It was a great and outstanding performance. We could get it. We still continue to build momentum. Congratulations, guys, South Africa. Patrick Kubai, congratulations to South Africa. They did well. Unexpected. They did well, they did well, they did well. It was a fantastic performance. From there, as we gave it with an impromptu challenge, coming to let us know we still build around the same ultimation. We still get something in common to share. Before we look the white tackle. We done to South Africa. Well deserved. Well done. Well done to South Africa. Well deserved. Can keep everything to come up. Still look around the alternation where things are happening adversely. Before we get something up, like really acclimatize. The frame must be from Rwanda, for real. No idea.